The Haggadah continues quoting a Mishnah from Maseches Brachos. On a simple level, this Mishnah is telling us a halacha which is not directly relevant to Pesach. In the Mishnah, Rabbi Elazar ben Azarya says, I was not aware of a source that requires us to mention the Exodus from Egypt at night until Ben Zoyma found a source for it in the Pasuk. There's an obligation to remember the Exodus from Egypt every day. The Pasuk tells us it's an obligation that a person every day has to remember that we went out of Mitzrayim, that we left Egypt. We fulfill that when we say the Shema. At the end of the Shema, in the Parashat Vayomer, we mention that Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. But says Rabbi Elazar ben Azarya, I was not aware of a source that is an obligation to remember the Exodus from Egypt at night, only during the day. Until Ben Zoyma came along, and he said, the Pasuk says, Kol Yemei Chayecha, it doesn't just say you should remember it, Yemei Chayecha, on the days of your life, rather, Kol Yemei Chayecha, all the days of your life. Ben Zoyma says, the reason why the Pasuk says all the days of your life is to tell you that even at night, not just by day, but even at night, there's an obligation to remember the Exodus from Egypt. However, I saw in the Haggadah, with the commentary of the Be'er Shmuel, that he offers a different explanation into what we can learn from Rabbi Elazar ben Azarya's words. Again, Rabbi Elazar ben Azarya says, I didn't merit that it should be said, or that it should be mentioned or remembered, the Exodus from Egypt at night. The Be'er Shmuel says that Leilos, at night, represents the Golos, the exile. When it's dark, we can't see clearly the hand of Hashem involved in what goes on in the world. The hand of Hashem is hidden. It's like night when it's dark. He says, I didn't merit that people should mention Yetzias Mitzrayim at night. In other words, people think that here, while we're in exile, why is Yetzias Mitzrayim relevant anymore? When the Jewish people left Mitzrayim, they were free, they went to Eretz Yisrael, they had their own king, they were under their own control, they weren't under anyone else's control. Then they had real freedom. Then Yetzias Mitzrayim, the Exodus from Egypt, was relevant. But now that we are once again in exile, why is Yetzias Mitzrayim, why is the fact that Hashem took us out of Egypt, why is that relevant now? But says Rabbi Elazar ben Azarya, that's a mistake. Because let's look and see what was the main purpose of Hashem taking the Jewish people out of Mitzrayim. What did we gain most from Hashem taking us out of Mitzrayim? It wasn't the physical redemption, that we were no longer slaves to the people in Mitzrayim, to Mitzrayim, to the Egyptians. Rather, if we look in the pasuk in Parashat Shemos, in Perek Gimel, pasuk Yebez, Hashem tells Moshe, the purpose of Hashem taking the Jewish people out of Mitzrayim, the final goal is that they will come to Har Sinai, they will receive the Torah from Hashem, and they will become true servants of Hashem. They will be able to have the Torah of Hashem, learn it, and serve Hashem through fulfilling the mitzvahs. That's the main purpose of Yetzias Mitzrayim. The main gain from leaving Mitzrayim was that we were able to go and receive the Torah from Hashem and learn how to serve Him and become the servants of Hashem. If we understand that the main purpose of Yetzias Mitzrayim, what we gain most from leaving Mitzrayim was that we received the Torah, it was redemption not for our bodies but more for our souls, then we understand that Yetzias Mitzrayim is relevant even here in the exile. Even in the exile, we could still learn Torah, we could still do mitzvahs, we could still serve Hashem. So yes, Yetzias Mitzrayim, even Baleilos, even at night in the exile, when we are not totally free people, Yetzias Mitzrayim is still relevant because we still have what we gained most from Yetzias Mitzrayim, which was that we received the Torah from Hashem. We can now serve Hashem by learning His Torah and doing His mitzvahs. So Rabbi Elazar ben Azarya says, I didn't merit that I should be able to convince the people that really the Yetzias Mitzrayim is relevant even in the exile until Ben Zoyma came along, and Ben Zoyma showed them from the pasuk that indeed Kol Yemei Chayecha, all the days of your life, even in the exile, Yetzias Mitzrayim is still relevant, and there's what to recognize, what to celebrate, and what to appreciate. That Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim so we can come to Har Sinai, we can receive the Torah from Hashem, learn His Torah, and do His mitzvahs.